Before the storm had a voice, I was marked. Runes in the frost written under my skin. A thread in the dark pulled me out from within. Ravens circled low over silence and stone. I heard no crowd, only God on the throne. Old blood, new fire, cold iron in my breath. Chosen by purpose, not fear, not death. The night tried to crown me with shadow and lies, but light does not ask for permission to rise. Written in fire, carved in the stone, I walk through the wall, I rise for the throne. Silent as frost, heavy as iron, called by the king, born from the lion. I came from the cold where the weak voices fade, where steel learns patience before it is made. No feast in my childhood, no crown on my head, just storms on the roof and the fire barely fed. Odin's ravens watched from the black winter pine, but heaven spoke deeper than thunder and signs. I trained in the dark with my back to the wall. Discipline answered when comfort would call. I buried my fear where the frost never melts. I carried my scars like a blade on my belt. No noise in my chest, no panic in sight, just breathe like smoke and ice full of night. The gods of the north drew maps in the snow, but my path came from higher than legends can know. I learned every silence, I mastered each wound. I turned every valley to a battle room. The iron was waiting, the storm knew my name. The fire inside me was never the same. I did not chase glory, I sharpened my soul. A man becomes king when his spirit is whole. The bloodline remembers, the mountain replies. The chosen don't beg for a place in the skies. The drums are awake now, the gates open slow. The shadow is watching but the light starts to glow. My name on the thread, my hand on the flame. Written in fire, carved in the stone, I walk through the war, I rise for the throne. Silent as frost, heavy as iron, called by the king, born from the lion, marked by the stone, guarded by flame. Fate knew my footsteps before I knew my name. Now I step into war with the calm in my veins. No rage on my tongue, only order and change. The battlefield moves but my spirit stays still. Darkness makes noise when it fears only will. I see unseen armies in the smoke of the air. I hear old temptations disguised as a prayer, but I know the voice, I know the command. I carry the cross with the sword in my hand. I preach it with volume, I conquer with breath. Faith is my armor when fear whispers death. They roar from the shadows, I answer with peace. A quiet man moves and the whole world be shifts. I don't need thunder to prove I am storm. I was built in the cold where the iron is born. Clip this in silence, remember the line. The loudest storm falls to the quietest vine. I wait like winter, I strike like truth. I bring old fire with a kingdom proof. Second line for the fallen who doubted my climb. Fate does not rush when the crown knows the time. The dark tried to bargain, the pit tried to call, but divine authority stood over all. I walk through the valley with frost on my face. No chain can remain where the king gives grace. This is not anger, this is control. A war for the body, a war for the soul. My enemies gather but I do not bow. The battle was written, I enter it now. Slow breath, cold crown, tread pulled, name found, fire under ashes, cross over pain. I lost many comforts but purpose remained. The crown is a burden, the calling is weight. A king must be forged before opening gates. I carry the flame, I carry the cost. I found my kingdom where others felt lost. Where others felt lost. Written in fire, carved in the stone. I walk through the wall, winds low, the fire burns clean, the cold moves slow. No crown was stolen, no path was forced. The thread never broke, it stayed on course. My name was written before I had spoken. The seal was ancient, the silence unbroken.